The principle of GEUMGANG lies in the firmness of wisdom and virtue force that is never destroyed despite attack from the outside. Just as the protector of Buddhism is Buddha, GEUMGANG Yoksa protects the world from evil. GEUMGANG poomsae embodies the desire to protect justice in the world and train the body to become like the splendor of GEUMGANG Mountain, the soul of the Korean peninsula through Taekwondo. The progress line of GEUMGANG poomsae, which represents the strong and unshakable warrior, is the character San, which means mountain. We will now take a look at the key moves of GEUMGANG poomsae. GEUMGANG poomsae consists of 6 key moves, namely 바탕손 앞치기, 손날 안 맞기, GEUMGANG 맞기, 큰 돌적이, 산들맞기, and 학다리 서기. We will now take a closer look at each of the key moves of GEUMGANG poomsae. 바탕손 앞치기 is a technique used to attack a target in a straight line using the lower part of the palm of your hand. First, tilt your hand outward by 45 degrees. Then pull your wrist back as much as possible to concentrate force on the palm of your hand. Your hand should be level with your chin and aligned with the center line. You can concentrate the force on the palm of your hand when the wrist is tilted 45 degrees outward. 손날 안 맞기 is a technique used to perform 안맞기 with the hand blade. The hand blade should be level with the solar plexus and aligned with the center line. Be careful not to let the tip of the hand rise above the shoulder. GEUMGANG 맞기 is a combination of 얼굴 올려 맞기 and 아래 맞기 performed simultaneously. For 아래 맞기, the space between your leg and arm should be about 2 raised fists. The space between the arm blocking the face and forehead should be about 1 raised fist. This move must be performed slowly, exerting force on the lower abdomen. Be careful not to let the arm blocking the face cross the elbow blocking the lower body on the outside. 큰 돌적이. Place the wrist of one arm at the lilac crest and the other arm in front of the solar plexus. The space between the arm on top and the torso should be about one raised fist. The fist on top must be placed in the same line as the first on the lilac crest. Santermaki is a move to perform techniques by utilizing the twist of the lower and upper body. One arm is used to block the face inside out with the inner wrist. The other arm is used to block the face outside in with the outer wrist. The wrists should be level with the philtrum. Elbows should face downward and made perpendicular to the ground without bending the wrist. Hakdari sogi is a useful technique to dodge an opponent's attack or perform a counterattack after a dodge. Maintain balance with one leg. Bend and raise the other knee and lightly touch the arc of the back of the foot blade inside the supporting leg. Face forward so your knees don't open outward, and naturally straighten the ankle of the leg inside the knee of the supporting leg. Then bend the supporting leg to the same height as chuchumsogi. These are the 6 key moves of GEUMGANG poomsae. We will now look at the moves in succession connecting each move. The key moves of GEUMGANG first part consist of 안팔목 해초막기, 오른 파탕손 앞치기, 왼 파탕손 앞치기, 오른 파탕손 앞치기, 왼 손날 안맞기, 오른 손날 안맞기, and 왼 손날 안맞기. When performing 안팔목 해초막기, cross the left arm outside the right arm if the left foot is in front. Your fists must not rise above your shoulders when blocking, defending your torso. Your wrist should be level with your solar plexus. GEUMGANG is a poomsae that expresses mass. When connecting batangson 앞치기 and 손날 안맞기, keep in mind this concept. When performing 손날 안맞기, the foot should set backwards in a straight line. Cautions for GEUMGANG first part. Taking a closer look. When performing 안팔목 해초막기, the two fists should not cross and turn from front to inside like 등중목 앞치기. Be careful not to rush connecting the 3 batangson 앞치기 moves. Be sure not to let the hind knee of the ball foot bend. When setting the foot back from 뒷굽이 to 뒷굽이, be careful not to let the foot draw a circle as it sets back. Set the foot back before the center axis turns or the heel of the hind foot twists without moving the center. When performing 손날 안맞기, be careful not to let the elbow move away too far from the torso. We will now practice the moves of GEUMGANG first part in succession while watching the video. The key moves of GEUMGANG second part consist of GEUMGANG 맞기, 큰 돌적귀, 큰 돌적귀, 산들맞기, 안팔목 해초맞기, and 아래 해초맞기. When transitioning to GEUMGANG 맞기 from the previous move, Push off the ground with your left foot and move your center to your right foot. Turn your right foot to the central axis and slowly assume the Hakdari Sogi posture. Hakdari Sogi GEUMGANG Maki should be performed firmly and slowly. Be mindful of the space between the parts of your body when assuming the GEUMGANG Maki posture. For Aremaki, the space between your leg and arm should be about 2 raised fists. The space between the arm blocking the face and forehead should be about 1 raised fist. When spinning from kundoljogwi to kundoljogwi, the ball of the setting right foot should start at the same line with the ball of the left foot. Next, move 1 foot length and spin. Switch from oren kundoljogwi to wen kundoljogwi, then perform oren kundoljogwi again. Cautions for GEUMGANG second part. Taking a closer look. Be careful not to rush Hakdari Sogi. When performing GEUMGANG Maki, be careful not to let the arm blocking the face upward cross the elbow of the arm blocking the lower body from the outside. When performing kundoljogwi, your eyes should not be directed forward. Do not jump when spinning, and be mindful of where you're looking. When performing hechomaki, be careful not to let your fists cross each other and spin inward like dungjumok apchigi. We will now practice the moves of GEUMGANG second part in succession while watching the video. The key moves of GEUMGANG third part consist of 산털막기, GEUMGAng Maki, kundoljogwi, kundoljogwi, GEUMGAng Maki, kundoljogwi, kundoljogwi, 산털막기, 안팔목 hechomaki, and are hechomaki. For moves that are performed slowly, complete the foot moves first, then connect to the hand moves. Use one leg to maintain your center. Bend and raise the other knee. Then lightly touch the arc of the back of the foot blade to the inner knee of the supporting leg. The knee should face forward, and the ankle should straighten naturally. The knee should face forward, and maintain posture with the ankle naturally straightened. Cautions for GEUMGANG third part. Taking a closer look. Do not drag your foot to bring it to the knee when performing Hakdari Sogi. When spinning, be careful not to mix the chagundoljogwi and kundoljogwi moves. Be careful not to jump when spinning. We will now practice the moves of GEUMGANG third part in succession while watching the video. The key moves of GEUMGANG fourth part consist of 산틀맞기, GEUMGANG 맞기, 큰 돌적위, and 큰 돌적위. To let the arm blocking the face cross the elbow blocking the lower body on the outside. Cautions for GEUMGANG fourth part. Taking a closer look. Be mindful of the direction of your eyes when connecting each move. We will now practice the moves of GEUMGANG fourth part in succession while watching the video. This concludes the training for GEUMGANG poomsae. We will take another look at all the moves and master poomsae. We have looked at the key moves of GEUMGANG poomsae and provided thorough explanations for each move and things to watch out for. Train the moves repeatedly while reminding yourself of the firmness and strength embodied by GEUMGANG. We will see you again in the Taebaek poomsae video. Thanks for watching.